You are not for everyone. In the attention economy, it may seem like having a lot of views and doing all of these things that streamers do these days is something that everyone should want. And you have to realize some people are not for everyone. Some people are not for the masses. Some people God just wants in a specific circle with a specific group of people to do specific things without that much attention. You understand? It's still going to be good no matter what. Your life will be great outside of the attention economy. If you have everything that you want and everything that you need, you think you're going to want to have to go and make a video every day or every week or every month or whatever the case is? No. You just be content with what you have and the people that you have around you. And some of you, this is reality. You understand? It's not that you don't fit in. Quite the opposite. People are drawn to you. People love talking to you. People love listening to you. But sometimes God doesn't want you with a whole bunch of people, or sometimes God doesn't want a whole bunch of people listening to what you have to say, or hearing your plans or your ideas and stuff, because as a lot of y'all know, there are like spirits that just don't want certain things to happen, and that's all they're here to do. They're just here to prevent God's will from coming true, right? And if that's the case, well, obviously God will not want you with these people. God just wants you with the people to do what you need to do with the people you need to be with. You understand? So while the attention seeking economy might be, it might look fun, take it from me. Once you've been on a plane, you've been on a plane. And these planes are, from my knowledge, I don't think they're getting more comfortable. You understand? I think, from my understanding, they're getting less comfortable. Prices are going up and stuff. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Where you need to be, you be. And a lot of stuff is going on today all over the planet, and there's certain situations that you just do not need to be in. You don't need to risk. Some people are just, they have important stuff to do while they're alive, and some people don't. So if you're a person that has something to do that's worthwhile and that will impact people in the future or now, sometimes it's better to not risk being exposed to certain things at the wrong time. You know what I mean? So for a lot of y'all, you've come to a realization that this type of Instagram and thing regarding like travel and stuff like that, you know, leave that for the travel vloggers. You know, if they want to walk around a different city every other week and try random food from people on another part of the planet, great, let them take that risk. You know, let them expose themselves. and hopefully they're all okay. Hopefully they stay okay. But for some of y'all, life, God wants y'all away from a whole bunch of risks, Like, if we minimize the risks to the minimum so that you could for sure do what you need to do. And a lot of y'all will be realizing at this point that maybe that's okay. You know what I mean? Um, how exciting is this constantly traveling thing anyway? I mean, from my perspective, it's a hassle, it's a grind. Even for travel vloggers, it's a grind. Packing up, going on a plane, getting a taxi or whatever the case is, meeting this guy, it's a hassle. So for a lot of y'all will at this time be in a place where it's quiet and you have time to prepare for what's to come. And you need to be grateful as much as possible, because if you just close your eyes or just think about, you know what, today, if I could, would I want to go on a plane and go to, let's say, I don't want to call any country as a bad country. Okay, let's say you woke up this morning and say, I want to hop on a plane and I want to go to Peru. Why? You know what I mean? Like, why? What is there over there? What am I gonna do? You're gonna just walk around and stuff like that? Okay, you're gonna try new food. Okay. But the thing is, you could do these things after. You know what I mean? After you've prepared for what you need to do. And you're gonna have fun doing what you need to do in this life. And you're gonna be having fun while doing it. So that's a beautiful thing. A lot of you have realized during COVID that the way that things were going is it's not sensible. And a lot of y'all came to that realization and others didn't. So it seems like if things kind of went back to the way things were before COVID happened, and it's kind of like everybody just forgot that COVID happened and that we saw that we could work from home and going in office isn't necessary. And then AI came on the scene, and AI just changes how we do everything. So a lot of y'all are at peace with this preparation phase. You're not getting distracted, and that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. A lot of y'all are being distracted. You might think to yourself, I used to miss. You don't even miss like what you used to do. You just miss the income coming in all the time, as you did, because you were accustomed to just having income and all the time just having this like stream of income every month, whatever it was. But some of y'all are gonna realize that in the economy that's being revealed to us, work is gonna become optional. You're gonna just create things and be remunerated for doing that thing. And what are you can't pay somebody a paycheck for their ideas or their concepts. You get them the resources they need. They pay themselves, and then they create what they need to create. There's no job in there, and most things will be highly automated to the point where very little people will be needed to run organizations that seemed huge. So for the people that are not tied to a 9 to 5 anymore, not tied to like any massive debt, some of y'all would have been able to clear your debt, and some of y'all would have been, when you realized what was happening, you would have cleared your debt almost immediately. And if you didn't clear your debt, you would have reduced that debt to where it doesn't really matter. It's negligible, the debt that you have now. You know what I mean? And that's a sign that you're on the right path. If you are in a 9 to 5, in like a brick and mortar type institution or business, and you are getting new debt, like a new car loan or some crazy, a mortgage, and you're in that business that will probably automate your job in the next year, 2 years, you are on the wrong path. All right. You are on a path of suffering. Like, that's gonna be tough, man. Like, honestly, like, if you haven't hopped on the wave yet, it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? It's gonna be real tough for you in the future. But for some people, it just happened naturally, to the point where you're sitting back and you realize, wait now, if I didn't leave that job, I would have still been there distracted, not knowing what I know today, not having any knowledge, not having any wisdom that I have today. Some of y'all are like that. Some of y'all will literally just think back to, oh my God, could you imagine if I was still there? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a beautiful way forward. I know things seem super turbulent right now with all of this war stuff, and don't pay any mind to the Christians who calling this doomsday thing. That is rubbish. Alright? Things are going to be better than ever before. Okay? Better than ever before. For the people who have been prepared, so like some of y'all in the last 2-3 years may have had like a lot of chaos around you and stuff like that, and then everything got super still and super quiet very, very quickly, and some of y'all, most of y'all would have used the time to learn skills that are relevant to the economy that's coming. And this is not highly technical things, you know what I mean? This is not coding or anything like that. This is not going to MIT to study electrical engineering. It's nothing like that, because most of that stuff is not going to matter. Someone with an MIT degree and someone without the degree can do exactly the same thing using the tools that are available now. The two people are going to have the exact same knowledge. In fact, the person who has not gone through the formal education system to learn something like engineering is probably going to have an upper hand, because the school in that situation is telling you how to learn, what to learn. But some of you are going to know from God, this is what I should be learning, this is how I should be learning it. You understand? And that is going to look very, very strange in the future, because today you're going to wonder, wow, certain people are gonna have legs up on everybody else. No, no one is going to have a leg up on anyone else. It doesn't matter what your degree is, it does not matter where you went to school, it does not matter. None of that matters anymore. Everybody is going to be starting at the same exact level, and there's certain skills, like certain mental skills, that you need to be developing or should have developed by now in order for you to be well adapted and well situated to the new economy that's coming. And a lot of you realize that some people are still confused about it, but this clarity is going to change people's lives. It's going to change everything you thought that life could be in the next, as quickly as the next 5 years, the next 6 years. You're going to see things changing so rapidly that you wondering, how is it possible that we even did things the way that we were doing it? That's how fast things are moving. And for you all that were panicking, some of y'all might have been panicking that, oh my god, I don't have a job anymore, and oh my god, I have to depend on my family or my parents or whatever it is. If you're in my generation and the younger generation, oh my god, how are we ever going to buy a house? How are we going to do it? Relax. Everything is going to be fine and work out perfectly. Not good, perfectly, in such an amazing way that you will wonder, how is it possible that I had even a sliver of doubt that the way that we were doing things was the wrong way. So you're going to be very, very happy. You're going to be very, 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 very content with life. You're going to have a very easy, smooth transition into this new world that we are witnessing in real time. Cat Williams is so accurate when he says this. This is the point in time where literally anything that you can conceive in your brain is possible. Literally, I'm not talking about boring stuff like building a building for real estate and apartments and stuff like that. Boring shit. I'm talking about other cool, amazing stuff. Yeah, you could always build an apartment complex or whatever, all that kind of legacy kind of economy thing. And those things will be important. Of course, infrastructure is always going to be important, but that's the boring stuff, you know what I mean? So buckle up, because the train is pretty much about to leave the station. You know what I mean? The train is pretty much about to leave the station. If you're not on board, if you're still thinking the old way, if you're still thinking like, how people used to think pre-COVID, bro, that train gonna be long gone, man. So don't worry. For my people who are at home and you've been accustomed to, having a job and blah blah blah, all this stuff, relax. Everything's gonna be fine. Alright? Everything is going to be fine. For the majority of y'all. The kind of stuff some of y'all thinking about and that can actually happen, it's all feasible. Man, we good to go. This isn't like back in the day, where resources scarce and stuff, Y'all realize that there is more than enough food on this planet to feed everyone twice over. being produced as we speak, they're wasting so much. Man, everybody waking up, man. At least the people who supposed to wake up have woken up. Those people been awake, not woke as in, all this Black Lives Matter movement thing. Not that, but awake as in you are seeing things for what they are, you are seeing how things are progressing, and you know things are gonna be okay. So don't stress, because losing your job at this point, like you could talk about our brothers and sisters in the United States of America. I mean, there's job losses left, right, and center. I mean, come on, bro. That is capitalist central. All they care about is making things more efficient to make even more profit out of a situation. And yeah, that's happening because of that ideology. But at the same time, the people are gonna be awake, and the higher ups are seeing. Don't feel like they don't know. You know what I mean? They know what's happening. Um, and yes, there are solutions to make life amazing and beautiful. So don't worry about it, and be certain that everything is going to work out for the best for you. Some people do deserve the best. So you thinking people have more than you, and you studying people and stuff like that. Some people do deserve the best. Some people just deserve what again now. But you deserve the best. So the best coming. Just be prepared. Godspeed. Bless.